All right, now, so you're starting to get an understanding. I think this is where we were. So now you're starting to get an understanding of the your environment. You're not even outside yet, and you're
Hmm.
starting to get understanding that the environment you're in is a rough one and a dangerous one.
Right.
Like how does that experience, if you can recall, not necessarily how you felt then, not that you shouldn't be able to, but overall, like how did that experience, the being asked to do it, um, him coming back and walking through the house and having to hide with your mother in the bed, how did you feel that experience impacted you?
Honestly, it didn't have I didn't see any impact on it at the time, because right after that, that was like the beginning and like the end of like my reign with my parents, because my grandparents took me after that. I guess that was the straw that broke the camel's back for my grandparents, you know what I'm saying? And my
Whose parents
mother,
were they?
huh?
Whose parents were they?
My mother's.
Okay.
Oh no, if it was my father's parents, I'd have still been in it. She different. You can call
Okay.
her my Barker. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, she a little different. But I ended up moving with me and my sister ended up moving with my grandparents. And I don't know if it had an effect. Damn, that's the first time I ever been able to ask the question to make me reflect about it. I'm going to say that it didn't really affect me because I end up being a schoolboy sort of sense. You know what I mean? Like I was starting to get good grades, playing basketball, and I didn't immediately go that route. With the
Hmm.
violence, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I didn't immediately go that route.
Would you attribute the fact that you didn't go that route immediately to the changing of your environment, like going to your grandparents' house?
Oh yeah, definitely. That definitely had a lot to do. Um,
What was their home like?
it was a small apartment. We was living in a small apartment, 2-bedroom apartment.
Mm.
It was my grandmother, my grandfather, one room, me and my sister in the other room. And then that's another thing that was so beautiful about it. Like the apartment building was owned by my Uncle Jesse and Aunt Bert, and the whole building was nothing but family. It's like
Mm.
they bought a building just to move our family that migrated from the South there. So everybody was family. You know what I mean? Like Uncle Charlie, Uncle Joe, you know what I'm saying, around on the other side of the building, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome.
And so it was just all family. So it went from people being in the house all day using drugs, you know what I'm saying? My father selling drugs, using drugs, arguing, fighting, you know what I'm saying? To just everything love now.
Mm. So it sounds like your mom got away from her real developmental environment and got caught up.
She ain't, no, just me and the sister. My mama stayed with the shits.
Right. Well, I'm talking about initially for you.
Yeah,
It sounds like your mother's parents had a whole other thing, a whole other program
yeah.
going on,
Oh yeah, so
and
yeah, so
she
she
wasn't
got, yeah,
following the
there you go.
program.
Yeah. Yeah. So she got away from that and ended
What
up
part of the
building
South did they come from?
Meridian, Mississippi, my mother and father. And then my grandmother on my father's side, no, my mother and my mother's side, Meridian, Mississippi. Then my
Mm.
father's side, like Fort Valley, Georgia.
Okay. So now you're in a better environment. Sounds like a more nurturing, more loving, kind of structured environment, and
Hmm.
it's having the desired effect. All right. So you're focused on school. You're doing well in school. You are involved in sports and stuff like that. You're behaving like a normal kid.
Hmm.
What happens? What begins to happen? If you could point out a particular thing that occurred, or an event, or something that made that changed that trajectory, what would it have been?
That made that change when I converted to the streets.
Yeah, when you went the other route.
Um, it was I just graduated from high school, my first year in college. I
Wow, you made
had,
it that far.
huh?
You
Yeah,
made it that far.
yeah. Even though in high school, like I used to steal weed from my uncle and sell nickel bags, but I don't think that was really nothing compared to
Mm.
when I really crossed over.
Right.
That was just something that was on some, it started off from the guys on the football team wanted me to bring weed to school the following day. So they'll give me their money and I will buy it from my uncle. You know what I'm saying? And take it back to him to the point to where I just start dipping in his shit, taking it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And selling it on my own. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that wasn't it. I want to say like my senior year, because I didn't want to be a hustler. I just wanted extra money just to,
Got it.
But so my senior year, my first year of college, my grandmother and them got disappointed in me because I had like 4 or 5 schools where I had free scholarships to play basketball. One being Jackson State in their area. They really want me to go there. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? You talking y'all first of all, y'all got me shook because y'all my uncle gave me a car. Street lights come on. I had to drive home when the street lights come on. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm not able to, you know what I'm saying? Really, I'm still like a kind of like a sheltered kid. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it went from that to 2 years later, I'm graduating. You know what I'm saying? They talking about, okay, now you need to go all the way to Meridian, Mississippi. I'm like, I'm not going way down there. So I went to a local college on Grand River
Mm-hmm.
and Greenfield, which is called Jordan College.
Mm-hmm.
And they was giving me $10 a day to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I guess at some point, I don't know if it got tight or they just said, fuck him, or I don't know what it was, but they took the $10 down to $5.
Mm.
But I'm conditioned for the $10.
Right. You're gonna need 5 for gas. You're gonna need 5 for your little meal.
You know what I'm saying? So I already been conditioned. So when they did that, I solicited a dude from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, if he can give me some drugs. And he gave me an 8-ball. You know what I mean?
Coke.
Huh?
He gave you some coke.
Yeah, he gave me some coke. He gave me
Right.
8-ball of coke. Now,
Mhm.
what I didn't know was people was cutting $300 to $500 off of 8-ball. I didn't know that.
What year is this?
This is 87 going on 88.
Mm.
They still cutting that off of 8-ball. So I
Wow.
get the 8-ball, ticket 150. I cut
Mhm.
160. I want $10. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit!
So
So I'm imagining you got some big joints in that case.
you see what
Wow.
I'm saying? Compared to everybody else.